All right, everybody. What's going on? It's the Arty 84 show, episode 199. As always, Adam the Mallet at the Blockbuster video in his pop is going fucking crazy tonight. He is celebrating something, which we'll eventually find out, I think, later on. Who knows? Maybe a week, maybe a month. But he's partying like it's Saturday and he's in high school. So, and I don't know,
like a teenager who just raided mom's liquor cabinet.
Yes. So I'm glad you're finally killing that tequila. It's been 2 years at this point. So
almost. It's still like that little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
That was brought over. I think it was it the last New Year's party we had? No, it had to be maybe going into 2019. It was the year that Nola peed on Eric's shoes at midnight.
That really hurt him. He didn't like that.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's New Year's Eve 2019. We're going to New Year's Eve 2022 in a few months. So, I mean, tequila doesn't go bad. So, it's good tequila.
The problem is it's warm.
And that was brought over by the old boss, Jeff, from across the street.
Oh, shit.
So there you go.
Look at that shit.
Well, we killed most of it that night, too. That was pretty good stuff. But, yes, 199 tonight. We got comedian Jordan Leer joining us in a moment. And next week, we got a treat for you. We may have a serial killer join us on the team. So,
right. It is Halloween season. So
yeah, so you never know. Halloween. Have you been watching any Halloween movies?
Dude, I love horror. You know me. I love horror.
Yeah. Are you strictly just around the holidays, or do you watch like horror movies like in July?
I watch them year round, but I do ramp it up more this time of year.
Yeah.
I have a list that I'm going by that I put together to watch when I have time.
Because you work at the Blockbuster, so you need to get suggestions.
I work at the Blockbuster.
I feel like one of these days when I actually get invited to your apartment, I'm going to see like you're going to have like a one of those like walls. Remember they have like Bob's picks for his movies when you go to the old, remember like the West Coast videos of Blockbusters would be like Adam's picks. These are like your top 5 movies.
Well, that would be kind of. Oh wait, if it was there all the time, that would be sad.
Yeah, but you just like rotated them out. Yeah, well, maybe just for me. Maybe it'll be a special occasion. And just like
that would be a little more normal, I think.
Yeah.
If I just had that there, that would just be fucking sad.
That'd be interesting. I mean, I when I was closing down a Finish Line back in the day when I was working it, we were closing one down and all the fixtures were either getting thrown away or they were putting them into a warehouse and they'd lose track of them. So this guy who we worked with was like, can I have some of the fixtures? And the district manager's like, yeah, I mean, if you just need a way to get them out of here, you need to get them out by tomorrow. And he's like, yeah, I'll get a truck. So he took the wall pallets. They were like 8 feet tall and they hung on these bars where you put the shoes on. And he took 2 of them and he took a bunch of like mannequins. I took a mannequin too. I actually have one right next to me over here wearing a red Sox jersey.
All right. That's some horror shit right there.
Yeah. Well, he has no.
Oh, that's right. You put the jersey on.
Yeah, he has the Red Sox jersey. He has the Trot Nixon jersey on right now, actually.
What happened to the head?
I lost it.
Did you use it?
I was using that. I was banging the mannequin. Yeah, no, this kid set up this guy. I shouldn't say a kid. This guy set up a mini Finish Line in his house, and he just displayed his shoes that he had like, on the wall, and like it was kind of like his thing.
Well, I got Funko Pops that I have.
Yeah, I mean, on my Lego set that I have, like these are things grown men shouldn't be advertising. No. But these are things you don't tell the girls until about like date 5. And both, by the way, I have a little bit of a collection.
It's very true. Yeah.
Like I'm looking at the nerdiest shit right now. I get the big Lego City downstairs, but I got a mini Lego City upstairs. It's like I'm working these things into the big one, and then I have a Tupperware container full of comic books I'm looking at right now, and another one full of like sports cards. You know, things you collect when you're about 10 to 12 years old. You know what I mean?
Has your kid come close? Has Henry come close to eating one of the Lego pieces yet?
He doesn't eat them. He aggressively drives the cars.
Okay, that's good.
So there's a series called Speed Champions for Lego, and they're basically all real cars like Mustangs and Camaros and shit like that. And they have the models of them. They fit to the city, and he loves them because he loves cars. But he aggressively. It's not like that. He likes to smash his Matchbox cars, which have a little more durability.
Oh, nice.
Unfortunately, the Lego cars, when you smash them, they break. I
like to smash.
Yeah, I gotta smash those cars. When I was a kid, I used to put Matchbox cars. Last time I seen you like this, I think it's Savannah. Savannah was the last time we seen Adam go cray cray. I think I'd be it was one of the nights we were out.
It wasn't. No, it was. Yeah, it was after Get In There. It was after Get In There. Night.
Oh yeah, well, Get In There was night one, and that was
that's a different reference. Yeah, that's something completely different.
That was bonus material. I call that night because we weren't even supposed to be down there that night.
It's true. Yeah.
What's
going on in the news?
Yeah. What are you guys taking so long to get to Savannah for? Hurry up and meet me here on board. Well, dude,
you've been there for like 4 fucking days.
Yeah, no one told you to get there a week before everyone else. And clearly, there's nothing to do during the weekday because when we were there on Monday night, it was other than going to the haunted house down there. There was pretty much the city was a ghost town.
Well, I remember when you dropped me off when we got there, and I just hung out with Eric in the room, and I don't know what you guys would do. Just me and Eric for a while. I forget why though. And like I walked into some heavy shit. Like I walked into the hotel room. He's like on the like shit was breaking down in his life or something, right? Like with family members, and I'm just like,
oh yeah. Happy vacation, happy weekend off, guys.
Yeah.
What? I think you dropped me off so I could go find a place to
park or something. I don't know.
Oh no, I had to go return the rental car.
Okay.
So I rented the car from Atlanta to Savannah, and then I had to just drop it off when I got to Savannah. I took the Uber back. Eric was at some family shit was going on, and he lost his iPad.
Oh, that's right. He lost the iPad, and there was like something going on with his daughter or something.
Yeah, I think he was getting reunited or something. I don't know.
I don't fuck it though. All right, so are we number 2? We're in Australia. This is the Australia shot glass.
Okay.
This is where we're going. We're going to Australia.
Going to Australia. Now this is number 2. So what's your tally so far?
Well, no, I've had 3 beers.
Okay.
So in that one shot before, because we went to Welcome to the Rock.
And what is the Rock of? What is that of?
That's the Rock, man. You know where the Rock is. That's
like the movie, right?
It's San Francisco.
Oh, like
Alcatraz. Yeah, I got this to Alcatraz. Yeah.
Oh, I never been there. I always want to go to Alcatraz. That was pretty cool.
Great. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Did you take the tour? The whole shit and cabana one yet? I don't think I've ever had this conversation before.
Yeah, it's worth it. You wouldn't think you could spend like a lot of time on this little fucking island, but you could. They actually make it work.
My father was out there for work once. He took the tour. The 2 times I was in San Francisco, I never I didn't have enough time. I was too busy philandering. You know. But should we bring the guest in? I think he's in the room right now. We just lost him. Let's see.
Oh no.
Let me send him a message.
The next one.
What's on the agenda so far here? On what do we got for news going on here?
Okay. Well, we do know. Oh my God, Ewan McGregor's daughter is fucking hot. Sorry. We have that girl that was found dead. Her boyfriend, guy, whatever. Her cause of death was announced. She was strangled. I
seen that. Yeah. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
Quite aggressive.
Yes. Internet sleuths think they believe that he is living in a bunker underneath the family's like flower bed.
I heard that in the backyard, which I could easily debunk that for anyone, and I can give you one reason why that's impossible. All right. First of all, he lives in coastal Florida, and if you live in Florida and you dig more than 5 feet into the ground, you hit water. Yeah. That's why no one has basements in Florida.
Yeah.
Now, if they were living like Central Florida, like North Central Florida, I could possibly buy that. But because he's in Northport, which is literally on the ocean, and it's all beach, and you dig 2 inches down, you get water. So I don't buy that one. Do you think he's still alive? He's got to be still alive, right?
Yeah, I would think so, but there is a chance. I mean, I'm assuming because it's Florida, the park that they're searching for him in, there's probably gators. Right.
I doubt he's even. Do you think he's still in Florida? It's been 2 weeks.
No, but like hypothetically, if he really did go into that park, there probably are gators there, right?
Oh, for sure, absolutely.
So like
gators, bobcats, panthers, fucking you name it. It's wild hogs could fucking kill you. I mean,
so he could have been consumed.
Snakes.
Yeah, he's alive. But I'm going with alive.
They've been looking at the park for 2 weeks now. I don't think he was ever at the park, to be honest with you. I think I agree. I think that was kind of like a smoke show to get him to get
A smoke show, a smoke screen.
Smoke screen, yeah. No, he's a smoke show. He's a piece of ass. Guy.
Well, Dog the Bounty Hunter would side with you.
Fucking dog. Give me a break. He's now that I know it's strangulation, I'm going to change my opinion on things right here. I said at first I thought maybe he was innocent, and maybe she kind of went off. Because it's an intimate way of killing someone, right? Typically, if you're like a mass murderer or something like that, unless you're a sociopath, like someone we might have on the show next week, you wouldn't strangle someone. It'd be more of like kind of but a strangle is more like, shut the fuck up. Why don't you shut the fuck up?
Like anger taking over.
Yeah, and then
killed her accidentally.
And you don't know the strength. So I wouldn't say it's murder 1.
Yeah,
I would say it's you could probably, they're probably gonna go for murder 2, but he could probably plead manslaughter and kind of get a sentence, a little bit,
maybe
because there's nothing that's premeditated about it, because you don't premeditate strangle someone.
No, you don't.
And then you don't dig apparently I was looking at some of how the body was found. It was in a shallow grave, so it was dug out, and it wasn't like it was just laying there. They dug out, and the van was supposedly there around the same time, when they think the body was buried. So it could have been she was just bothering him to the point where he's like, shut the fuck up. Strangled her out of a fit of like, sometimes you don't even know what's happened. Maybe he just blacked out, blacked out, killed her, panicked. I mean, I would if I did something like that. You know what I mean? If you're not premeditating, I feel like if you were planning on murdering her, you wouldn't have this whole YouTube page set up. You wouldn't be going through this whole thing. You know what I mean?
For a second though, just for a split second, because it's you and you like to get a rise. I thought for a split second it would be like maybe they were just maybe they were just having sex. So she was like, strangle me, and like he strangled her. And
now that is a very, 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 very good possibility. And actually, they had some guy on this radio show listen to said he was an FBI guy, and he says that happens occasionally.
That does happen. I'm gonna say, given the history of their sort of a fucked up relationship and their anger towards each other, that's probably less likely the case. But I wouldn't rule that out. But because he ran, it looks worse.
That's the problem. So I feel like if they were having an intimate moment and like it was a strangulation involved, I think a person wouldn't panic and be like, "Fuck, I was banging her." I mean, do a fucking test on her vagina right now. You're gonna see my load in it. Unless he was sick fucking was banging a dead girl. But I mean, you at least have the benefit of the doubt. Like, yeah, we like rough stuff. Like that was our thing. Because I mean, we have all been there. We've all had a girl ask us to strangle them once or twice in our lives. So
it's awkward, dude. Oh my god, there's this girl I used to be with who like I felt very uncomfortable. She'd be like, choke me. Yeah. And that's usually a sign of like, it is a common symptom of people who are abused as children.
Could be. Yeah.
And like, she would like want me to choke her like red in the fucking face. And I did it once. Yeah. And like, I did not, like, I lost my heart on a little bit. Like, I felt fucking really uncomfortable. She was like, really like fucking harder. She's like yelling at me, fuck you, fucking choke me harder. Wow. And like, I was like I was so fucking uncomfortable, man. It was probably the most uncomfortable I've ever been during sex in my life to hear that. Like,
well, speaking of people like to be strangled, I'm bringing our guest right now.
Oh, let's do it. Now we're in Machu Picchu.
Yeah, that could be a little odd. And that's the first question we're gonna ask Jordan if he's ever been an experience, because he seems like the type of guy who'd be down. What's up, Jordan?
Jordan. There he is.
There you are.
Hey, smoke it up a little over there. Oh, he's.
How you doing, buddy? There you go.
What's going on, man?
You look like
what's up?
You look like you're taking a picture for like a high school wrestling team. Like you get the behind.
I always am.
Jordan, thank you for joining us. First question, right out of the bullpen here.
Right out of the bullpen.
Do you like to be strangled during sex, or have you had someone ask you to be strangled during sex?
Honestly, it's a problem at the schools where I ask for it. That's the first thing, because I keep going to these high schools to join the wrestling team, and they're just like, "You're 31. Quit asking us about sex."
A conflict of interest.
Jordan, I will say I am a pro advocate of wearing flip-flops. I feel you. I'm on board, but I do have a question for you. What about socks with them? This is where we could have a problem.
Don't do that.
Yeah, if you have to. I don't know. That the point of having flip-flops on is that you're free and more connected with the earth. But whatever you got to do, bro.
Yeah.
I'm just for the fact that I'm too lazy to tie up my shoes. So Usually the only time I wear socks or flip flops is like if like I'm in my house and like I got to go outside to like take the garbage out or whatever like that, and I just have my socks on, so I throw my flip flops on. But I've never been allowed to go in public with. Well, actually, it's a lie. When I fly, sometimes I wear socks or flip flops because I like to take my feet off and let them air out in the airplane, but I don't want to walk around the dirty floors at the airport. You know what I mean?
Okay, I get you.
I don't want to get athlete's foot at Terminal C security check. You know what I mean? It's the least of my concerns for some of the stuff I get into, I guess. So, Jordan, where are you today? Whereabouts in there?
I'm in Los Angeles. Where are you guys from?
California. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You're from Michigan, though, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What's your guys' deal? How'd you guys even find me? I don't even know you guys.
I know. That's the fun part. We stalk people.
It's Halloween season.
And we go, hey.
Oh, I can see that. And I don't mind. Like, showbiz is desperate. Someone's like, you want to do this? I'm like, all right, I guess.
Yeah. No, we love comics. So we just go on Instagram and we just like hashtag comedy. Who wants to fucking...
Hey, I'm happy. Thanks for asking me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Yeah. We love hearing stories and asking people if they like to be choked or choking people during sex. That's basically
that's a little odd. That's a good way to start.
It's a good icebreaker. Right?
It's really awkward with the girl comics that come on though, because it's a hit or miss sometimes. It's like either they're like, yeah, sure. We've had some porn stars on in the past, and we
I saw that. I looked up one of your videos.
Yeah. Some of them are fun. Some of them a little lame, but
porn stars and comics always end up at random interviews.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm always intrigued by adult entertainers because it's very like I'm always fascinated. I'm almost like obsessed with like how does like the regular world, like your dating life, how does all of that work? Like it just blows my mind. Like what your kids, like some of them have kids, some of them have all. It's like how does that? Like you're on the internet for life. What are you gonna tell little Bobby?
Googling, Googling triple penetration, and I seen a woman that resembled you.
You know,
the tattoo gave it away that had my name on it. If I had around it, so I was like, it's what a coincidence that she has a tattoo with me and my two brothers' names on it.
Oh, man.
It's the odds of that happening. Jess, how long have you been in LA for?
Oh, geez, man, I've been here like 10 years.
Oh, so you're one of those guys who just like, fuck it, let's leave Michigan, let's go out to LA and do the
pretty
thing?
Much. The weather has a big effect on that. But yeah, I was either, I was going to go into entertainment. So it was like, well, New York, LA, but I lived in the snow. So it was always a no brainer.
I guess that makes sense.
Were you guys in Boston?
Boston, yeah.
Boston.
That's cold.
It's very cold. Actually, it's been nice. Believe it or not, it's been in the 70s this week, and it's fucking beautiful. So
that's nice. Yeah,
and the Sox are in the fucking playoffs. So I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
Oh, geez, man, I'm so fucking tuned out. I forget. I was a Cubs fan forever. I'm from like Southwest Michigan. Okay. And I swear, once like for me, once the Cubs won the World Series, it was almost like the movie was over. Like I'm done. Like I don't even watch baseball much anymore.
I understand.
Yeah, that's how we felt in 04 when the Sox won after like 80 years. You get it. It's like kind of like you're trying to go so hard to bang this hot girl. That's the way equivalent. You've been trying so hard. You've been investing in everything. She keeps turning you down. You get so close every single time, and you're like, I'm gonna bang this girl. Like I just dedicated my life to banging her. And then you get there, and it's like it's good, it's great, and then it's just like, oh. Well, now I still have to live for it. I might as well blow my fucking brains out.
Like, I still want them to win. I'm still like for them, but it just doesn't. I liked us when we were losers. Honestly, that's why I'm kind of glad they traded Rizzo, they traded Bryant. Dude, everyone was talking shit about that trade and everything, or them releasing that however it went down. It was the right move, but more importantly, I like that we're losing again, baby.
Back to the lovable losers. We actually got one of your guys, Schroeder just came to the Sox on the trade. So in the trading deadline, so that's always nice.
Okay.
Oh, I know exactly how you feel because it's like everyone like would like, oh, how cute. They're trying to win all the time, and it's just like, but like you could relate and say like you don't know how it is. Like you could talk to a fucking guy from the Yankees fan and be like, well, we didn't get to the playoffs this year. I'm like, bro, but you don't know how it is. We get so close. It's like remember I'm sure you remember 03 when the fucking the guy grabbed the ball out of the fucking
Bartman shit.
Yeah, fucked everything up for you guys. Something like that you never fucking forget. You know what I mean? It's like
that was great. It was like a good horror movie sequel. It's like, oh, they got to make another one.
A good horror movie sequel. Those exist. Just kidding. No, some of them do. But no, but back to baseball for a second. I have this theory that I believe deep down Pete Rose does not want to be in the Hall of Fame because everybody remembers Pete Rose for not being in the Hall of Fame. And if he ever got in, he would then just be another guy in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, and I agree with that because I also think that anyone who knows anything about baseball knows that he's the greatest hitter that ever fucking lived. Yeah, so totally. You don't need a fucking stupid plaque in Cooperstown to be like, but you can just look up the stats. This guy never had no one had more hits than this fucking guy. So and he likes to gamble and he likes his hookers and he likes all that stuff. So good for him. Good for you, Pete.
Yeah, I like that too. I like that. Like he doesn't want to be in there. Like he's above baseball or he's above Major League Baseball at least. Like
that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, he's the sport.
Yeah, it's almost I wouldn't say like Shakespearean, but like Paul Giamatti, what the fuck's his name? The actor. Giamatti. Yeah, his dad was the commissioner who banned Pete Rose from baseball.
Oh, I didn't know that. Wow.
And then he died of a heart attack like the next week. Like, so it was like you ban the best hitter in baseball, and then like karma's a bitch and kills you.
That's funny.
It's kind of the way it is, how it lines up that way. It's like fucking A. Like if this guy, like, I don't know. But like, who cares? Everyone knows. No one gives a shit. You know what I mean? And fucking like, if you want to look it up, who has the most hits in baseball? Pete motherfucking Rose. Says you never bet on his own team. So I mean, a good bettor will never bet on his own team.
It's true.
Apparently, he never lost either. Apparently, he's pretty good. So
that's probably bullshit. Gamblers always eventually lose.
Yeah, they're like hookers working the strip. They eventually lose once in a while.
That's true.
So are you a full-time comedian out there, or is this what's your I guess you could say the big picture, if you were. We're on The View. What do you see yourself in 5 years?
I don't know, man. I mean, I honestly I do everything. I do comedy, I do acting, I do filmmaking, and I do comedy the most because it's like the most available. You know, that's why all the losers and the scumbags, that's why we all end up there. Because it's like, you can go up tonight somewhere. Like you just pay $5 and fucking go do it, you know?
Yeah.
And so, I mean, that's what I've probably done the most out in LA. But I started out acting in college and filmmaking, and that's what I was into on the way out. And I'm still, dude, comedy is such like a dirtbag sport. Like people that are doing shows, like you're not really making money. You're maybe making enough money to like travel to them and stuff. There's such a small margin of people that actually make a decent living. Yeah. It's so terrible. So I mean, all my ambitions are towards filmmaking and acting, towards those being, you know, survivable like careers that I could actually, you know, pay for food on the table.
Even though those ones are tough to survive also. Like this.
Yeah, but they actually like, if you can crack through, they do pay something.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, comedy's like you go out there and like even if like when you go to like a real good show, like the headliner maybe make it $1,500, and then like the mid will maybe make like $5, but like the open is making like $150. But he's like, well, don't worry, we'll take care of you. You can stay at the condo, the comedy condo when we go on tour.
Exactly.
And they'll take care of your travel fees and shit like this. But you're really not making anything. You end up probably pissing that $150 away at the bar at the end of the day too. So and how long he sustain that for? You know what I mean? But at least
exactly. So I mean, I do comedy all the time and I love it. It's it's the shit. But I mean, acting especially with auditions and stuff, that's what takes precedent, because that, you know, if you can book a good role or something like a reoccurring character, that opens the doors for stand-up so much more than just like trying to grind out open mics.
Do you have an agent out there, or do you kind of just look? I know there's like the websites and stuff. You can
go. Dude, I'm talented and good looking. Of course, I have an agent.
I was. You know, it's fun.
I am. You know what's funny? I will tell you, man. So I have an agent and stuff, and I've booked a couple TV shows, and I don't know. I go to these fucking open mics, man, and in the comic community, in LA, I would not say I'm looked upon in any like good way at all. A lot of people, they'd be like, the shit you sling, because I don't try and say likable things. I don't go around trying to get booked. But everyone around me is such a fucking loser. No one has an agent at all. No one has any TV fucking credits at all. But me, I'm the shit. I'm the shit, man.
I will say, when I first saw, I'm looking at your headshot on IMDb, right? And I'm like, you look like a guy, like that handsome guy who's in like a Netflix horror movie, who's an asshole who gets killed first.
I got killed first in a Lifetime movie.
There you go.
Oh, there you go.
That'd be great.
Close.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm like, it's a hetero male here. I will say you do look like a very handsome man.
Thanks, man.
Like so it's really like admirable. You're out there and you're doing like what you want to do and you're like living your life and like, you know, good for you. I mean, if I didn't have a wife and a kid, I'd probably be you know, living my dream bartending at a yacht club in Miami Beach. But I understand, like you're out there, you can do what you want. So, but have you got to a point at all that where you're like, oh man, I can't do this. I gotta go back to Michigan? Or like,
I mean, dude, it's like every day is like hard and you always feel like you're striving for nothing, but it's like there's nothing I could realistically go back to that I wouldn't want to kill myself right away. You know what I mean? Like if I can go back to Michigan and like get a job at the trailer factory, I'm like, I could do it to like make money, but it's like I would also put a 45 in my mouth really fucking fast.
That's an honest answer. Hey, that's just honest.
So it's hard. I don't know. It's like I'm at the point of no return, and I don't mind that. It's not like I'm like I can't go back. Like I like what I do. I'm good. Scrapping together. I don't make any very little money at these things. You know, some checks once in a while from some acting work comes through, but you know, I still have to try and get other jobs and stuff, and I'm like hustling constantly.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, fuck yeah. I mean, I think there's two different type of people. There's people like you, and there's people that just like they take the comfort zone. You know, they go work at the fucking like freight line factory, putting fucking Cadillac converters in, just because they know it's a paycheck every week, but they don't enjoy it. I bet no one really goes there and be like, yeah, I really wanted to install spark plugs for a living at a fucking Ford plant in fucking Lansing, Michigan somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, for sure. And hey, man, like I still have to, work all the time, and I've done like every type of job in the book. Yeah. And honestly, if I could be happy with something like that, there would be a lot less pressure, I think. But I don't know. I'm fucking a narcissist. I want attention. So like, I want to make shit and I want people to see it. So I would always have that itch if I stopped doing this, you know?
Good for you. I mean, 31, you said?
Yeah.
Young fucking bucket. Adam, remember when we were 31? Those days?
Yeah. I do. It was all downhill, slowly downhill from 30. But 31 is still really good.
Yeah, we're on the
38.
We're on the worst side of almost 40. So that's, it doesn't.
Were you guys doing radio or interviews and all that stuff?
We've been doing this as a hobby for about 20 years now.
Well, yeah, me a little over 10.
I've been doing this since college radio. So
okay. That's cool.
But the technology made it easier to do. You know what I mean? Like I was on a internet radio station back in like 2005. We were like one of 5 in the entire country doing internet radio, and no one was like this shit. And we were recording our episodes of the show, and we were putting them online on like a fucking FTP service so you could download. No one fucking download. Everyone's like, why would you listen to shows that are already recorded?
Yeah.
No one understood. And now everyone listens to shows that are already recorded. Yeah. It's just like, you know, I feel like I was ahead of the curve back then.
Oh, you totally sound like it. Yeah.
I did do stuff remember Media One? Remember Media One? Before? Yeah, I used to work for them doing an intern. I did internships. Sorry, I'm a little fucked up right now. I used to do internships for them for a while. So
Adam's celebrating something. We don't know what.
What's that, man?
We don't know what it is.
I can't say.
It's Wednesday. Me and him work together in the office during the day, and I asked him, I go, "Are you banging out tomorrow? Because the way you're aggressively drinking right now, I cannot see you sustaining,
I'll be good, bro.
The show until tomorrow morning.
I'm gonna be great in the office tomorrow. I'm gonna come fucking strolling.
So you had some good news. So your prostate cancer test came back negative. So I'm assuming that's probably a good thing.
I don't
have to get checked. I don't have to get checked for that yet. I'm not that old.
I actually volunteer to get checked for that all the time because I like the process.
So this shot is the Riviera Maya shot glass. So this is the next one we're doing. And,
okay. So number 3.
This is number 5.
It's funny that you have a clear glass and your green screen's making
this. Can't. Yeah. As I spill it on my laptop.
That's awesome. It's also he's drinking tequila that's almost 4 years old that he got from my house on New Year's Eve 2019. So
we're just banging on all cylinders tonight, everybody. It's great.
Usually he's not like this. Usually I'm like this.
Oh God damn.
Good, it's a special night on the show, yeah. And he chases him a Pabst Blue Ribbon. I seen you. Were you smoking a little bit of the devil's lettuce before we started the show?
Yes, we were hitting that.
Yeah, I've been doing the pot.
Yeah,
that's a good idea. I should do some more.
Yeah, just get it to the same level.
That's my Friday night.
I had gotten into. I know California it's legal, but here in Massachusetts, the it's legal. Obviously, it's here. So dispensaries, the edibles have been my kind of. I guess
edibles are fucking amazing. So
secret,
not everybody can take to those though. Like I love them, and I feel bad for people who can't eat them. Like some people, it just doesn't do good for their stomach. It fucks them up like in other ways that are not good. But edibles are fucking great.
Well, me and my cousin went to the Sox game on Sunday, game 3, and we're having a few drinks before we get to Fenway, and he goes to me, he's like, "Want an edible?" I'm like, "I'm all set." And he's like, "All right," and he pops like 3 of them. I'm like, "Okay." As we're walking into the stadium, and we're sitting there, and we're like the third inning, and he looks at me, he's like, "Bro, doesn't the ball look like it's just like in slow motion? Like you could see it slow down." He's like watching the guy, like I'm like, he's throwing 100 miles per hour. Even slow motion. He's like, I could see the stitches on the ball.
Arty, I would be fucking terrified. Like I couldn't do that in a crowd like that. Like I like being at home and watching a movie and doing shit like that. Fucking like that in a crowd in a stadium, I would lose my fucking mind. I can't do.
Do you remember me in New Orleans? Well, a bunch of us went down to New Orleans for the Patriots Saints game like 5 years ago. And my buddy, our old co-host Derek, brought down a bunch of homemade edibles, like in a Sour Patch Kid container or whatever like that. So I go into his like room he's staying at, and I'm like, "What's these Sour Patch Kids?" He's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, I ate a bunch of them. He's like, "Whoa, those are edibles." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And I'm sitting outside by the pool, and the fucking palm trees talking to me. And I named him. His name was Nelson. And I go, "That palm tree is a motherfucker." And they're like, "What's wrong with you?" And I go, He's like, "I survived Katrina. I'm a badass fucking palm tree, and I'm gonna kill you." And then I passed out.
I started freaking out Maddie and Eric because I was sitting there and we were all fucked up and high, and there's the palm trees like waving like this, and I'm hearing this rustling in the bushes, and I was like, I think the fucking children of the corn are gonna come out of there.
Like a homeless guy pissing behind it, probably.
And then Maddie and Eric were like, "Are you serious?" And they started to think that I was on to something. Like there's a fucking like some creepy person's gonna come popping out of the bushes, and we're just standing there relaxing, thinking someone's gonna get us.
Yeah. I mean, you get the dispensaries down in California, right? And those have been around forever, right? Since you've probably been there.
Yeah, I mean, they're all turned into like a little bit more expensive and above board, where you just walk in. But I used to go into the ones where it's like there's like a security guard and they check you in. And,
you got to go to the doctor.
And I still go to those ones because they're way cheaper, but they feel dangerous still because they like operate in cash only.
Okay.
And so they get robbed a lot.
Yeah, that seems to be a thing. We were looking into it up here. I guess it's because it's not federal. You can't use like a credit card or something like that. So like up here they have this like option of like if you want to use like your card, you can do it via like a Venmo or something like a third party or whatever like that, which is really odd. It gives you an option when you buy it online. It's like, do you want to use like Venmo? And you can like Venmo the dispensary like money using your credit card attached to it, I guess. And it makes it
weird.
It sounds like money laundering to me, but I mean, I'm
pretty sure that it is of some level. Yeah, like usually everywhere.
I was telling him, like, I really want to get into money laundering because I think that might be a cool thing to get into. If I just only could figure out exactly what and how to do it, I'd probably be.
After watching that show Ozarks, I'm like, oh, it's just happening everywhere.
Right? Exactly. Right?
It's just everywhere, especially in LA and all these open mics at these shitty coffee shops that don't get any business. You're like, oh, you guys are just washing money.
Right.
See, I'm fortunate enough where my neighbors fucking grow it and they just hand me jars.
Oh, congrats.
Well, they don't give it to you. You gave them tips on how to grow it, though, right?
Yeah, I helped them grow it. Yeah.
The neighborhood.
And they were like, oh, yeah. And they're like, oh, cool. And they just hand me a fucking jar every once in a while.
The green thumb. He's like, hey, what you got to do?
Nice.
This is how you grow it. And they're like, holy shit, we're getting better. It's like a field of dreams. We're cropping better than we have before.
That'd be great.
I love stoners in Boston. That's funny to think about. You guys should get an edible and watch Manchester by the Sea.
I'm a Manchester by the Sea, but I will have an edible on a Friday because I can't do that shit on a fucking work.
Yeah, it's a Friday. It's a Friday activity.
Weed hangovers are very real for me.
Have you been to Boston?
No, I never have.
Oh, you got to get up here. I mean, get up here in the summertime. Since you hate the cold, you probably don't want to relive your life of Michigan. You know what I mean?
Sure. Fenway sounds great. I got to go there.
Tigers fan? Oh, you don't say you're a Cubs fan. That's sorry.
Cubs fan, yeah.
Well, Sox Cubs in Wrigley this year. I seen on July weekend, July 4th.
Oh, you did?
No, it's coming up this year. That 2000.
Oh, okay. Oh,
yeah, I was looking at the schedule. I was like, that's an excuse to get to Chicago for a long weekend. Go see the Cubs.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, that'd be sick.
That stadium's awesome. I love Wrigley Field. I
love Wrigley. I've been there like 5 or 6 times.
Do you ever do the seats across the street, like on the rooftop seats? You ever do that?
I've never done that actually. I've never even been in the bleachers.
Okay. The only time I was there, I was like I was sitting on the first baseline, like 20 rows above the dugout or whatever like that. And
nice.
And it was 2012 maybe, and the Sox and the Cubs were playing like a 3-game series. And I was like, on Saturday I was at the game, and then I was like, I want to go across the street for those like rooftop ones and check it out because it was like $100, all you can eat and drink. It is all included.
Oh fuck, I didn't realize that. I
was like, that's sweet. All right, go there, and it's like beer and wine, and like they give you hot dogs or whatever like that. But you sit on the roof, and it's not the greatest seat, but I've sat worse in Fenway. I had a fucking pole in my face a couple times. You know what I mean? So it's like, how worse could it be? But they were playing like a Sunday night game or something like that. So like I was flying out like in the fucking afternoon. I was like, oh bummer. But I was telling my wife, I'm like, next time we go to Chicago, like I want to do a game in Wrigley, like inside somewhere, and then like across the street to check that out just to see what it's like. Just say, you know what I mean?
Chicago's fun. Chicago's cool.
I tried to take home a bartender after that fucking game too. Oh God, me and Adam were talking about how like you try to like take home a bartender, like the great success if you can get one home. Like it's easy for like you being a guy bartender to take home a girl, but like to be a guy to take home a girl bartender, it's quite the challenge. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Like you're not an employee as a customer to take home a female bartender. I so once, but she was throwing up on the drive home, and I couldn't have.
Yeah. I passed out at the bar. I was drinking 9:00 in the morning, and it was like, what's the last call in Chicago? 3:00. I'd passed out at the bar, and that's how I feel that task. So she was like, "Yeah, you probably should just go home now." I'm like, yeah, probably a good idea.
I think I remember a time when maybe it was like 25 and 26. I was at a bar and I kind of flirted with the bartender, and then I realized I was like, you know what, Jordan, like. Everyone flirts with the bartender. She's not flirting with you because she likes you.
Yeah.
Like that, you're never gonna take any of them home. Like, so take your heart out of this whole thing forever. Like, what is this like? All these times you hit on one, you sit at the bar. It's like everyone is hitting on the bartender.
So funny you said that. So I had a good conversation with my cousins once about this. So we were on a road trip. We were actually it was a baseball road trip, in fact, and we were in Philadelphia, and we're sitting at a table, and the girl waitress was cute, and like obviously they work on tips, they're flirting, everything like that. But I'm like, you know what? So at the end of the fucking night, I got the tab, I gave her the check and everything. I wrote my number on it. I said, hey, if you're looking for something to do, here's my number, and I gave it to her. And then my cousins are like, how often does that work? I go, 1 out of 200 times. Like, why do you do it? I go, because 0.5% of the times you're gonna get your pee-pee played with. And they're like, all right, not doing any work. You know what I mean? So, and then they're like,
1 out of 200.
1 out of 200. That's not bad. I mean, when you think about not doing anything, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, how many times?
I had to take, but the energy it takes, you only have so many spoons in life to use. It's taking my spoons away.
You're spoonless. That's why I use a spoon.
Spoon theory.
So what do you got what do you got, anything big coming up? Any big shows, any big any I don't know, acting things that we should be looking out for? Maybe like on Lifetime.
Man, on my podcast, I get really into horror over on my YouTube. Look up the Jordan Leer program.
That's my fucking jam. Horror
today,
my fucking jam.
You're what?
Horror? You say horror?
Yeah, horror.
Horror movies are my fucking jam.
Like, you gotta check me out then, man.
I fucking will, man. I have a YouTube channel too. I do movies. I haven't recently haven't had much content, but I am working on a bunch of shit right now. But I do have a YouTube channel, obviously.
Okay.
Right
yeah.
But yeah,
so I do my podcast, regularly. But every year, this is the second year I've done it. But I do my own like homage to Treehouse of Horror. This is my podcast of horror.
Okay.
Cool.
Where I have a guest and something spooky happens, and I just premiered podcast of horror 2 today, like an hour ago, actually.
So I take it you're going to see Halloween Kills probably next week.
Oh, definitely, for sure.
Yeah, you got to. I am. I'm not like necessarily looking forward to it, but I do have to see Scream 5 in January, even though I'm just kind of like, it's just like one of those things.
It, huh?
No,
You're
it's just like
it?
I'm not. It's like one of those things I've seen every one of them in theaters, so it's like I have to go through the motions. Like, but I'm like, come on, like because I know the fourth one was supposed to be the third one, but Sandy Hook happened and had to rewrite everything because the studio pressured them into cutting all of what they wanted to do out. So basically, the script for Scream 4 was pretty much what 3 should have been. Right. And they got to do it later, but it felt like at that point it was already well past due and nobody cared about the franchise really anymore.
Right.
But I have read so many because they're keeping the plot of this so tight-lipped that I have read so many potential Scream 5 scripts of who the killer is, whatever that, and one of them could be real. And there's some interesting theories out there that I've been reading, and one of them has to do with the deputy that was in 4, that there's 2 killers again, as always, but you know right off the bat who one of them is. So you, the audience member, know who one of them is. And the second one you don't know. And the movie ends with that one getting away. And that opens the door for a potential 6th film. Now, again, there's no confirmation if any of that is fucking true. There's also that Dewey dies, and that's what brings Nev Campbell back to Woodsboro. But you do have to kill a main cast member. I feel like you really should, because it's like you can't have all the same 3 people over and over again. You gotta kill off somebody.
Excuse my ignorance, but how much of
Arty? How
much of the original cast is making a comeback for this?
You got 3 left. You got Nev Campbell.
The Holy Trinity.
There's only 3 left.
Yeah, Sydney, Dewey, and Gale.
Because the last one, the last Scream was a Scream, right? Yeah, the last one I seen was 1.
Yeah,
so I'm a little.
The last one you've seen is.
I hate horror movies. I don't like being scared.
No, I'm a horror nerd. I'm a fucking horror nerd. I'm on my list right now. I was watching The Thing. I love the fucking Thing. The Thing. I love conventional effects in horror movies. Like CGI does not fucking belong in horror movies. Like it's just, I get irritated when I see CGI because there's a part of you that even if it looks real, it doesn't resonate as that late.
It's not visceral.
Yeah, like The Thing with Kurt Russell from the 80s. That was like perfect. You had like these conventional effects that look really fucked up, and they put all the work into it. Or even Aliens, even though the second one's more of like a space like action sci-fi movie. Like remember The Queen? Just like it looked more real than fucking that movie is over 30 years old, and like there is some CGI that doesn't even look as good as that now, and it's awesome. You know?
Well, I mean,
that's why like when they tried to reboot like Friday the 13th or reboot Nightmare on Elm Street, it's like they're not as scary as the other ones, and not as funny as the old ones either. You know?
Yeah, no, they're not. Yeah, I mean, you can still take things from shit though and see at least some good things about them. Like that Friday the 13th reboot, I kind of like how they gave him a little bit of intelligence and like he laid down traps and stuff. That was kind of cool. But like in the musical score. Like I think like music score in horror movies is like so essential, and they don't use it as they should. Like, do you ever see Sinister?
No, I didn't see that one.
Oh, see Sinister with Ethan Hawke, the first one. Don't ever go to the second one. It's fucking atrocious, right? And that's on Netflix. Don't be teased into thinking you should watch that. That is not Adam approved. No, watch the first Sinister
blockbuster, so he should know.
I do. No, watch the first Sinister movie with Ethan Hawke, and just the music that comes into it. It kind of freaks you out, like, and not enough movies capitalize on building suspense with music anymore, and it is fucking great. Yeah, Sinister is like way up there on my list of movies, horror movies. Check it out.
I think porn movies should have more music to it. They don't get the
porn movies, horror movies. Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh, there you go. That's perfect.
There you go.
I had a thing for Buffy when I was little.
I got a thing for Buffy right now.
All right. Who was Buffy the Vampire? What was the name? It was
Which one?
Sarah.
The TV show? Or
Sarah Jessica. No, Sarah Michelle Gellar. Sarah Michelle Gellar. That's it. Yeah.
I like the movie too.
Well, Christy Swanson. That was the original.
Yeah. I dig the movie. It's David Arquette in that one too.
Yes, and Luke Perry. That's right.
R.I.P. Luke Perry.
Yes.
You look like a young Luke Perry. You probably could take his gigs if they ever reboot
90210.
I think they've tried like 3 times.
They rebooted it, and honestly, I can't remember if I auditioned for it or not. I might have. I honestly might have. I know I auditioned for the Melrose Place reboot.
Okay. I could see you. Who was the guy who played Steve on 90210? You could be a good Steve, I think.
Oh, Ian Ziering.
Yeah, I could see.
The guy's in all the Sharknado movies now.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah.
Fuck, they
You have
missed
to settle for you.
and they could have got you right there. You would have been like,
You just have to settle for young Sheldon there, Jordan.
That's what happened, man. I did audition for the Saved by the Bell reboot. There's that.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's perfect. Like a 31-year-old, you get a lot of middle-aged women who are like all horned up, who just recently got divorced and have 2 kids, and something like revolution. I mean, that's the way to do it. The middle-aged divorcee is the easy in. It's easier than the 22-year-old girl.
I mean, honestly, I should give up acting and just try to find a full-time sugar mama. That would be the way to do it.
Hey, if you ever get boss, I can tell you the boss to go to find them, because there's a few of them that are like, he's like women who are like, you ever see a Cocktail with Tom Cruise?
Oh yeah.
And then he's down in the Caribbean, he meets that sugar mama that goes, oh,
yeah.
You can find a few of those really easily. And we could, I wrote the book to that, so I could direct you in that direction. So there you go. All right, Jordan, we're running out of time. Where can we find you? Where can the people find you? Where's a good place to locate you?
Check out my website, jordanleer.com. That's got like the link to everything, all my shit, all my acting, all my filmmaking. Check out my podcast, The Jordan Leer Program, my whole YouTube. Follow me on Instagram, The Jordan Leer Program. See funny shit. I don't know. I do funny shit. Check it out. It's good.
Fuck it out, bro.
Hell yeah, man. Well, thanks.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Bro, when you're in Boston, or if you come to Boston, let us know. Fucking go.
Definitely.
That sounds good, man. All right, Jordan. Thank you, brother. Have a good one.
Peace out. Appreciate it.
Later, buddy.
All right, everyone. Jordan. Ooh.
Good.
I don't know why they do this. Hold on. Don't report.
Talk about horror movies, dude.
I
will destroy anybody. Just like how you will destroy anybody. Remember earlier today at work, you like talking like, well, yeah, throw another baseball question at me.
Yeah,
like horror movies.
I had an autistic moment today at work.
It's great. That's me in horror movies. Like, you can't fucking challenge my shit on that.
And I was like, just like kind of like listening to the conversation, but then like I could tell George was throwing out questions that he didn't think anyone knew the answers to, but I knew the answer.
Rhode Island. We're gonna end this with Rhode Island.
There you go, Rhode Island, number 7.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah, like the whole Texas Rangers, the whole who are the Washington Senators now? Oh, I know. I have a poster in my room. There you go. So you're gonna be really celebrating something that's worth being hung over tomorrow.
I'm gonna be fucking amazing tomorrow. I got
I'm
my
gonna make
jug of water.
I'm gonna make a guess. I'm gonna text it to you. And you don't have to answer it, but I'm gonna put it out there. So like when the truth does come out, you could just let the text there. You can let it lie. You don't got to say anything.
Okay, I will say this has nothing to do with like this has nothing to do with. It is not work related. It has nothing to do with. It has nothing to do with like a pregnancy scare, finding out someone's not pregnant. It has nothing to do with.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Nothing
I was gonna go the opposite. I was gonna be like, you're finding out you're a dad.
Oh, fuck no.
I was like, oh, crazy.
I wouldn't be celebrating.
No, maybe you're happy.
That would be like, I gotta talk. That wouldn't be like,
but it's not like you're 18 years old and you don't have your life together, and bringing in a child.
True. Fair.
Adult at this point, and so it wouldn't be such a big deal. All right, so so you won't be getting a text from me, because I was going to text you that.
No.
I know you haven't been to the doctors lately, so you didn't get any results back and saying, hey, listen, you're clear, so that's good.
I had my virtual checkup.
There you go. How did
physical in February.
So what do you get, naked in front of the webcam?
Yeah, I spread my ass cheeks, and he's like, okay.
He's like, I'm zooming in.
That's good.
It's like I'm sending someone over to do the dirty work for me. I'll let you know how it goes. Well, sir, whatever it is, congratulations, and I'm happy for you. So, because I mean, it's Wednesday night and you're drinking like it's New Year's Eve, so fucking hey, good for you. What the fuck, I'm probably gonna be hungover tomorrow just for hanging out. So, just imagine if we were still in Cambridge and we still had to figure out a way to get home.
Oh shit, that'd be fucking worse. Oh god.
Not
gonna lie, there were a few nights where probably shouldn't have.
Yeah, I mean, I listen, deep down inside, I miss the studio. I just wish it was more convenient to get to. I mean, we had to drive there. That was pretty much the only way we could get there, right? Yeah. And then we get there early. We have some drinks. We hang out. The studio was wicked cool. The people that worked at the studio were wicked cool. Crespo,
That's gonna be sick, Crespo. Yeah.
You know, all the guys that worked on the boards and stuff, and the girls that worked there, that were awesome. But like we'd go out afterwards, and then like it's Wednesday or Tuesday we used to do it, right? I think it was Tuesdays, and then like we'd be out till like fucking midnight, and then we still had to get home, and then we had to get up for work the next morning, you know.
The one thing I do not miss about that fucking studio that was waiting outside in the fucking cold
Oh,
for somebody
yeah.
to come down and open the fucking door.
That's my biggest, and that's another thing too. Like I don't know why they couldn't just give us like a code to get in. I mean, it's not like, and that's the thing too. It's like it's not like I didn't know Crespo. I was with him for fucking 5 years at the other studio too. So it's like, it's not like it's just he just hired some stranger off the street. Like if they just gave us like a passcode to get into, which I'm surprised they didn't, because they had the practice spaces there for all the bands.
Yeah.
By the time we walked into that was that room, and the girls were just hanging out, and they were like, "Hey, what's going on in there?" You know, it's like that place was a fire hazard. I'm surprised it never burned down. It had no sprinklers. It was a fucking
Dude, that was bad.
Yeah.
Did they convert that shit yet? I think they converted it to like something. I think I showed you photos that I saw.
Yeah, I think they're knocking it down and we're doing something to it. It's too bad, but you know, those are the days, the studio. So one day we'll get the studio back and running, you know, here at that's the spring project here. We're getting the studio built in the basement because
fuck yeah. You need help?
Yeah, I probably will. So
fucking
everything that's
in
in this room right here has to go downstairs because this room needs to be redone. So that is the deal. So the faster that happens. So probably by this time next year, we'll be in the basement. Probably back together, hanging out. Be more of like a bachelor pad down there. It's be cool. But holy shit. It's still toasty in this room up here. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't turn the fan on tonight, but it's probably like 80 degrees up here. But
it's ridiculous here.
I get the lights on and everything. I don't know. It's gonna be beautiful all week, so that's good, I guess.
Loving it.
Like you said, we're getting September and October. I got my tickets for Tuesday night's game, and
who are you bringing?
My wife. You want to wrestle her for the tickets?
Is there lube involved? Wrestling booth in a pool.
You have like a little
like an old school.
Wrestle the tickets and see how it goes.
No.
I actually,
if she bails, can I be your backup and I'll pay you?
Yeah, I may have an opportunity to get 2 more tickets. I mean, if you're interested, Friday they go. You probably got the email. Did you get the email?
I got emails for like something.
You could probably emails. Yeah, I mean, tickets go on sale Friday at 10.
Yes, I saw that.
And that's how I got the tickets for the last round, and I was in and out in 5 minutes. So yeah, you're gonna go Tuesday.
But these ones are through your. I thought you got them through your season.
I did. So that's why I got advanced purchasing.
Yeah.
So, but tickets for the last round I couldn't get. So you only get ALCS and you get World Series. So the good thing is if they do go to the World Series, I do have an opportunity to buy tickets. I don't know I haven't spoiled the World Series. I've already been to 3, 4.
I'm fine with just being like a backup if like Suze can't go. Like I'll gladly
backup Betty.
I'll be the backup. I'm cool with
that. There you
go.
I
will pay you. So.
I accept payments in beverages.
That's right. You know what I learned a long time ago that does balance out because they're fucking expensive as fuck.
My cousin goes to me. He's like, "How much you want for the tickets?" Because I owed him to take him to a game because we had a bet, whatever like that. So I took him to the game, and he goes, "Well, how much you want for the tickets?" I feel bad. I go, let's make it easy for you. I go, when we get there, I go, just buy me a few beers. And he's like, all right. He's like, you sure? I'm like, yeah, because 5 beers is roughly close to.
The calculator here. Hold on. So how much is it now? I'm guessing it's like $12.50.
Like $12.50, $13 a beer.
Okay, let's do the high end. Let's do 13 times like say 8 beers.
Yeah,
that's a lot, right? 13 times 8, it's $104.
Yeah, I mean, you're still getting a break.
Yeah,
but
that's still gonna get you a nice little tipsy. That's gonna get you fucked up. Yeah.
I mean, we went to the 99. We got there, so we got to Revere so early. We went to the 99. We watched the first half of the Pats game. We got to halftime. Nice. We walked to the Blue Line station, jumped on the train. We got to the bleacher bar with like 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. So we got in there. We got a couple of drinks in there. We watched the game. So the timing was perfect. It would have been nice if they had moved the Sox game to me till 5 o'clock. That way I would have gave myself a little bit more of a time to get into the city to watch some stuff. But I mean, I had a triple header that day because I had to go we went to the Top Shelf Fair that morning.
And because that game ran long, your energy was probably running out because they stopped selling beer.
Well, I'll tell you this: what happened. I worked till 2. I got home, went to bed at 3, woke up at 8, went to the Topsail Fair. We got there right when they opened at 10. You know, the little guy was looking at animals and stuff. He was living it up for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. He got bored. And I was like, all right, time to go home. I go, perfect. And I'm going to Revere. I was just go down there, and I'm still recovering. It's Wednesday. And tonight's show probably didn't help that very much. So
yeah, you've improved every day though. I've seen you.
Yeah, I should be pissing by Friday. So that'd be good. Right on the weekend. So, and then I started all again on Saturday. So, you know, no baseball tonight. Just so you guys know, Dodgers, Giants, last team to make it to the next round tomorrow. Who are you going for, Dodgers or Giants? Right off the bat.
Giants.
Yeah, me too.
That's what I want. I don't know if necessarily it's going to happen, but I am going Giants.
I am strongly rooting for a Red Sox Braves World Series.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah,
that'd be fucking great.
I think that would be probably the best. And I'm calling Sox in 6.
You see, I just can't do it. I play them by numbers. I feel you. I think that's I'm not eliminating that. That's break it out. But I just going by the numbers and going by how the Astros just seem to always love to stick it to fucking our manager Alex Cora. I just can't.
So I mean, they played the Astros twice in the playoffs, and they're 50-50. They're 500 against them in series. So.
I think though, I am betting that this is kind of going to be kind of like the Grady Little year, where like they come close and like maybe something doesn't pan out. Yes, next year's the year. They need I feel like like 1 or 2 more acquisitions to just get there. But they're so close.
With that said, though, I feel like every year they've won the World Series, though, was a year that you didn't expect them to. So. Yeah. Right. I mean, there's been years they've loaded up on the team. Like 2008, they loaded up and they lost against Tampa, and then like 2003, they loaded up and they lost against the Yankees. And so, like, I feel like, I mean, that could be it too. Like maybe just everyone's saying you guys suck, and they kind of use that for their advantage. And I think Cora has something to prove against the Astros. I think he has something to prove against Major League Baseball in general, saying, "Hey, listen, I'm not a cheetah." I feel like he was thrown out of the bus, and he wasn't the only one involved in this fucking shit. And I truly believe he didn't do anything in Boston to that extent.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think he did anything more than any other manager's doing. Put it that way. I mean, I think people steal signs all the time. I think people do crazy shit, but I don't think they were wiring up people in Boston like they were.
That's fine. It's part of the game. You know, stealing signs is one thing.
And I don't understand what it's exactly. It's like.
There's a way to go about it, though. I don't know. It's weird, though. I thought it was odd that I was watching the Sox game, and I noticed, like, one of the pitchers got taken out of the game for the Tampa, and he's sitting in the dugout, and he's looking at a tablet. And I'm like, they allow tablets in the dugout? Well,
so J.D. Martinez was looking at a tablet the entire time he was in the dugout before, like, the game against the Yankees and the first game he didn't play. Yeah. And I think what they do is they do, like, real-time analytics like they do with, like, football. Remember how Belichick has a tablet, but he hates it. He doesn't use it. But you can get the fucking, printouts of like the plays and stuff. So I think baseball, what you can do is you get real time, statistics. And I honestly think what happens is every time a batter goes up there, they show, they show where the strikes and the balls go in the zone. I think they actually show that. And because you ever notice, like when the outfielders go in the outfield, they have a cheat sheet in their pocket and they'll look and they'll know how to set up for like whoever's up. Like they'll know what to put a shift on or to like bring people in or bring people back. So they know exactly statistically where that person's going to hit more. Yeah. Which I like we've talked about 100 times. Like if you're a hitter, you just adjust to it. You know what I mean? Don't fucking fall into the trap.
It's true.
It just, take a split second off your swing, put that ball into right field instead of left, and then you get yourself a triple. And anyone who wants to fight, like, listen, baseball nerds, whatever. You've proven to get to a certain point. The Oakland A's have been doing it for years. You don't get to American League championships. The Rays are trying to do it. You don't pull your guy out if he's hot. You have a hot pitcher, you let him ride. It's like leaving a roulette table when you keep hitting, right? You know what I mean? You don't leave a hot table. And when the table gets cold, then you make an immature decision. You'd be like, all right, well, we're gonna have a short lease on him. Once he gets cold, we'll pull early. But we're not gonna pull him before he's cold. That's fucking ridiculous. So,
this is so sandy earlier.
2 years in a row, that's hurt Tampa. So hopefully, if you're a Tampa fan, they don't do this anymore. But And that's why I like the ballsiness of Cora. He has this fucking cock out. He's like, I don't give a fuck. He goes from big bat for most of the series to the last inning, small ball. Hit, bunt, sack fly, get the guy home. That's all that fucking matters. And guess what? We won the fucking game. That's all I fucking want to American. Oh, yeah. Fucking pumped. All right. Well, that concludes our broadcast day here. What do you plugging? Anything?
No, nothing really.
Working on some material today. On the way out. You working on something big that we should know about?
Oh, look at you, brown nose. And my whole Saturday pretty much is going to be after I get my overtime in. It's pretty much going to be green screen stuff after, like, pretty much my whole Saturday late afternoon is that.
Nice. There you go.
Pound out some stuff a little bit on the green screen.
We have something to look forward to.
It could be thrown out. I'm very picky about weird shit.
Yeah, it's a lot of effort to put into this to throw it out.
I would fucking do it too.
Ouch.
I'm horrible.
And yeah. And you can get me on the Wicked Explorers, me and my fam exploring. And I launched a new YouTube channel today called the Baseball Fanatic with Arty 84.
There you go.
And it's I felt like there was like way too much like baseball stuff getting thrown into the Wicked Explorers that had really nothing to do with like us going places and stuff. So I'm just gonna take all that. I'm taking the content out of that and add new content. So it's gonna be strictly baseball. Stories. Baseball.
I got a question before we cut out of here.
Yeah.
Like, so do you feel like so now it's 3 channels? Like I've thought about starting a second channel.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I don't want to spread myself over a bunch of different things because it takes away from what I'm doing. So it's like, does that mean you're still going to have all 3? Are you planning on kind of phasing them out?
It's actually 4 at this point because we got the Arty 84 channel, which we're on. You watch.
That's different. That's not really a lot of work.
Show. But I was throwing a lot of like extra content on this channel that really had nothing to do with the show.
Makes sense.
I needed a place to put it. So like,
there you go.
So like the baseball stuff I'm pulling off of this channel, we're gonna put it over there in the baseball channel. And then the Wicked Explorers is just basically like, you know, we do like go to an amusement park or we go to like whatever. And we'll still, and I think I'll double up. Like if we go to a baseball game and stuff, they'll be on both kind of channels, so you can kind of get the baseball taste. And if you just want to look and see what we're doing. And then the Lego channel is obviously by itself. So it's only, I mean, I don't run out of stuff to post on it because it's kind of like just like posting stuff, you know.
Yeah,
so
it's just where does it go? That's all.
But I feel like it's more. I feel like if you look at your analytics sometimes on the channels and you see what's hitting, what's not, like I'm really like catering to certain crowds on certain things and other things not so much. And I feel like it's a missed opportunity, especially if you're going for that stuff that's not being really hit. And people see it, then they go to the next one, and you're like doing baseball type stuff. People are like, oh, well, I kind of just want to see you guys go to amusement parks type stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
fair.
I don't know. So I don't. It doesn't. I don't mind splitting up the subscriptions because you know it is what it is. People just like it. They're like, and you're the same way. I mean, I'm the same way. You like certain channels on YouTube because they do certain things, right? I mean.
Of course. Yeah, no, you should. Yeah.
People just want baseball. I love baseball. I love doing it. I want to do more like baseball stadium review stuff. I want to do more like baseball stories. I just gotta go fucking balls out in baseball. I love fucking baseball. And especially we're coming into like the off season where like you don't have any baseball and you kind of get the withdrawals.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm already planning my road trips for 2022 for like minor league parks and shit like this. I'm very excited. I can't wait till the season starts and season's
Love
on.
So. Love it. Bring it.
Fucking A, man. So yeah, check these out. And yeah, guys, we'll see you guys next week.
Later, buddy. I'll see you in the morning.